That's
Good.
it.
All right. So if there are any artists out there or someone that's looking to start spoken word, do you have any advice for them on how to get started?
Get started, just write. It don't have to rhyme. Just get it out. Just write. Speak from the heart, speak from inside, and just get it out.
Okay. Well, Abstract's going to come back a little later. She's going to do another piece for us, and I'm sure it's going to be just as great as her first piece. So we'll be right back.
Cool.
To the new, I'm Mocha.
And I'm Dianna Dove. And so I know one of the shows that's a big hit and everybody is talking about it right now because it's airing is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So let's kind of start back at the beginning of the season so on the show we have Lil Scrappy and then we also have Scrap. So they are two different people. So Lil Scrappy is friends, of course, with Rashida and Kurt. And he was kind of going at it with them a little bit because I guess him and Erica were having custody issues over their daughter. And so he was very upset because Rashida and Kurt didn't come to court to fight on his behalf.
Yes.
So I guess my thing is, one big thing that Scrappy did say was that Lil Scrappy, I have to make sure I preface Lil Scrappy and Scrappy, or Scrap. So Lil Scrappy was a little upset because Kurt told him, he told him that they would be there, and then he never told them that they wouldn't be coming.
Okay.
Because Rashida had an event to go to that day, so they wouldn't be able to make it. Plus,
She was on, she did an episode of the show with Morris Chestnut.
yes,
She did an episode of that
Yes.
where she played, I guess, like a convict or criminal or something like that.
right.
And she was supposed to testify against someone. So I guess she's trying to get her movie career off now. So
Which is very understandable,
Exactly.
by all means. Definitely work on your
'cause
career.
she definitely couldn't reschedule that to go to court.
Oh, right,
So,
right. You work on their schedule.
Right,
So either
exactly.
you can make it or they'll find somebody else. So
Exactly.
I definitely understand, why they weren't able to make it. I do think Kurt could have given him a heads up, especially if he told him previously that they would be there to support him in court.
So did they find out at the last minute that she got the call, or?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure when they may have found out about the event. But I think the other thing, too, is that Rashida is friends with Erica,
Okay.
who is the mother
is
of
the-
his daughter.
Okay.
So, that's kind of putting them in the bind and making them choose sides when they're friends with both of them.
Yeah.
So I think just to kind of resolve the entire issue, Kurt could have just up front told Lil Scrappy that, we won't be able to make it. We will be filming, or Rashida will be filming out of state. And that, also puts them kind of in a tough place because they're friends with Erica and Little Scrappy. So I think, kind of if he told him that up front,
Yeah.
I think that probably would have resolved the issue, altogether.
Yeah. And when they break up, they always want you to choose a side. Like, are you going to be my friend or are you going to
Right.
be her friend?
Right.
So that's pretty much, it seems like what Lil Scrappy wanted them to do was like choose sides. Who are you going to be friends with? Me
Right.
or her?
Right.
Yeah.
So what would be your standpoint if you were friends with two people? Would you make a decision, and how would you make that decision?
I don't know. I mean, people put you in that position all the time. And it's like they want the female, of course, to be friends with the female, and the male to be friends with the male. And sometimes men, they'll do it and they don't even think anything of it, but we'll take it more serious than they do. And so that's kind of a hard thing to do. I mean, I've only been in that situation once, and I have to admit I did side with the female, and I stayed friends with her, and kind of parted sides with the male in the relationship. So.
Okay. So I know for me, I think in previous situations, it may have occurred one or two times. I sided with the person who I was friends with first.
First, oh,
So,
okay.
because a lot of times that person who I was friends with 1st we may have went to elementary school together or middle school together, and the only reason why I met the other person was through my school friend.
Okay.
So, just to be fair, it's, well, you know, I've been friends with them since I was 5 years old, and I only know you for a year or have known you for a year. So just to be fair, you know, my loyalty will probably lie with the person that I have been friends with for, you know, 10 or 15 years compared to somebody that I just met. But also at the same time, I do try to stay in the middle and look at it from an outsider's perspective. And if the person that I am being loyal to is wrong, I will let them know, you know, well, you know, you probably shouldn't have said that, or you probably shouldn't have done that. This is why this person is reacting this way. You know, have you thought of doing this or X, Y, and Z? So I do try to stay in the middle and be fair and let that person know, you know, my opinion and where I do stand. But at the end of the day, I probably would continue to, because and at the same time, you can continue to be friends with both of them. You just may not be able to hang out with them at the same time. And I think it's not fair for people to make you choose sides. You know, you should be able to be friends with who you want to be friends with. So if I want to continue to be friends with that person, you should respect that, you know, as my friend. But of course, we couldn't hang out together, you know. So it really does depend on the situation. But I just know in some previous instances, I went with the person that I told them, you know, hey, you are wrong. But since I was closer with them in friendship, because I've known them longer, I probably tended to side with them.
But you know what, Dianna, one thing that I found from personal experience, that can cause friction in your relationship as well, because your husband or your man may say, well, you need to stay out of it and just let them handle that. You know, they want you to just distance yourself from the situation altogether.
And you're talking about like your
you know,
spouse?
Your spouse or your significant other. They may want you to just stay out of it, because if you're trying to choose sides and then the other guy is saying, well, you need to talk to Dianna, she's doing this and she's doing that, and then you two will start arguing over somebody else's crap.
Right, their issues.
What are we arguing for? We're not the ones that's breaking up. They're breaking up, you know. And that happens a lot, you know, in relationships.
It does.
You end up arguing with your man over somebody else's crap. And then you're like, okay, why are we arguing? We're not breaking up. Or are we breaking up? Over somebody else's mess. So
I've heard that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's happened to people as well. So
So sometimes, like you said, you have to just distance yourself from that and say, okay, this is affecting our relationship, so we don't even need to be involved with it.
And if it gets to that point, you just don't talk about it. You know, you stay friends with whoever you want to stay friends with for whatever reason. And that's just something you don't talk about.
Exactly.
And I know I may only bring up something if they ask me. So I may not proactively say, well, you were wrong in this, you were wrong in that. But if they say, well, what do you think? You know, I'm going to give you my honest opinion, because I think as your friend, you know, that's my duty, is to give you my honest opinion, because if I don't give it to you, who will? And I'm supposed to be your friend. So I do just try to stay out of it, and then if asked for my opinion, then I will provide it. But if I had a relationship with the other person, it was a true friendship. It wasn't just, oh, well, we're cool because of I'm friends with your spouse or whomever you're dating. I will continue to be friends with them. You know, I don't think somebody else's situation should break up your friendship unless they did something and you could see them doing the same thing to you. So I think every situation is different. I know I probably put multiple scenarios out there, but I think every situation is different. It depends on who you're dealing with. It depends on what the situation is. It depends on what they did. You know, was it disrespectful? Or did they backstab you? Because if they do that to one person, they may also do that to you. So you just got to take each situation one at a time.
But in speaking on that same incident, when you're saying that they ask you for your opinion, have you ever met someone, they always always want to ask you, so what do you think? But then when you tell them what you think, they don't
They don't want to hear
they
it.
don't want to hear it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm the wrong person for you to ask, what do you think? Mocha, what do you think? Because I'm going to tell you what I think.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's going to be, unfiltered. So if you can't, as Jack Nicholson say, if you can't handle the truth, then you should not ask me what I think, because I'm going to tell you the truth. And then don't get mad and stop looking at your call ID and not answering your phone when you see me call, when you're the one who opened the door and I walked right in and told you what I think.
Right. And I think some people do ask that question because they do want to hear the truth and they think they're ready for it, but then they're really not.
Really
yes. So, I can appreciate them trying to open themselves up to get the truth. But, sometimes they start hearing it and it's like, whoa, I did not think that was going to be the truth. So, but we will, in recent news, just to bring up something really quickly, because I know that we will be closing out the show, is just to pay tribute to Muhammad Ali. Recently, he did pass away, and so we wanted to do just a moment of silence for him, because he was...
In case y'all were wondering why we had this picture, this lovely, lovely picture of him. This is why.
Because he is definitely an icon, an American icon.
And
he
should be
fought...
mentioned.
He fought in the ring and outside of the ring. So we'll do a quick moment of silence for him.
Thank you. This has been The New. Once again, I'm Mocha.
And I'm Dianna Dove. Definitely tune in next week for our next show. Thank you all so much for watching.
And y'all have a good week.
To learn more about you or follow you or have you perform in their coffee house or somewhere, how would they reach you?
So I do have a website. It's Abstract. That's ABSTRAC, the artist at .com. But the email is at Gmail. That's what I was thinking. But abstracttheartist.com, and that has my Facebook, my Twitter, Instagram, is all on the website. So abstracttheartist.com would be the best way to reach me.
Okay. And I checked out your website. Your website is very great.
Oh,
it's
cool. Thank you.
So definitely check out Abstract on her website and through social media. She's going to go ahead and close us out with her song, I Want It All.
Welcome, everybody. I want to take you guys on this journey with me from where I came from to where I am right now. It's been a long time coming, but I got a story, so please listen. I came a long, long way from way back when I was 10, a barefooted kid from the islands. And when I was a teenager, man, I was wildin', rhyming on the blocks with my best friend. High school was where it all began. Single parent home, my mommy raised me on her own, yes, so success was my quest. And coming to America, living on my own, 17 years old, man, I was grown. Learning life lessons, it was hard, but that's what I needed to get my head start. 7 years later, and I'm still here, ready for the world, without a fear. Look, Mom, I made it cause we prayed it. Better days are here, no more money problems cause I'm here to solve them. Struggling on your own, the days of the past, cause I'ma make this last forever. Yo, I'm gonna make it last forever. I'm gonna make it last forever. I'm gonna make it last. I'm gonna make it last. I came from nothing, so I want it all. A good, good life. I want it all, success, health, and wealth. I want it all, I came from nothing, so I want it. It's been a long time coming, I made it through the rain. Lost some peeps along the way, endured a lot of pain. But it didn't break me, it only made me stronger. Now I'm tough as nails, and I will prevail and keep on going. Tell the world my story, keep on flowing. I'm moving on to glory, keep making movies and doing what I love to do. If I can make it, know that you can too. See, don't give up on your dreams and let the hard times give you steam to press on and keep on moving. Don't stop, cause you can make it to the top. I said don't stop, cause you can make it to the top. And if you fall down, just get back up. And if you fall down, just get back up. Brush yourself off and try again. Because when you get back up, that's when you win. I came from nothing, so I want it all. A good, good life, so I want it all. Success, health, and wealth, I want it all. I came from nothing, so I want it all. Man, I want it all. Thank you.